Close your eyes for a second. When you imagine a house from 2016, what do you see? Probably a lot of gray, some inspirational sign on the wall, or a barn door behind every single corner, right? That's not a coincidence. That's just what 2016 looked like everywhere. And it's exactly why you sometimes walk into a house and instantly know what year it was renovated. What was once luxury now feels a bit dated, and here's why. "10 years ago, these interiors looked ultra-modern. People saved them on Pinterest, copied them from Instagram, and probably thought they'd stay stylish forever. But now, some of them already feel like a time capsule from another era. And here's the wild part, a lot of these homes were expensive, like really expensive, which kind of tells you something. Spending more money doesn't necessarily mean a space is gonna hold up over time. Design just moves faster now. Something can feel luxurious and cutting edge one year, and look like a relic the next. And when you put 2026 interiors next to 2026 ones, you'll see exactly what I mean. A lot of trends blow up because they look good online, not because they're built to actually last. They take over your feed and every showroom until you start thinking, this is just what a beautiful home is supposed to look like. But stuff designed for a quick scroll doesn't always hold up once you're actually living with it every day. Over time, a lot of these spaces started feeling cold, flat, overly staged, or just stuck in one specific moment. And honestly, the problem isn't even that trends change. It's that people built entire homes around one trend without thinking about warmth, personality, or how it would actually feel to live there years down the line. So in this video, we're going back to some of the biggest interior design trends from 2016, why everybody got obsessed with them, why so many of them aged badly, and what designers are doing differently now to make homes that feel richer, warmer, and built to last. Before we start, please subscribe to the channel and like this video because unlike all gray interiors and LED ceilings, our content is aging beautifully. If you renovated a home in 2016, there was a very high chance it looked like this: gray walls, gray floor, gray sofa, gray curtains, and probably a gray dog, I don't know. This trend became known as millennial gray, and for a while, it completely dominated interior design. Back then, gray felt like the ultimate modern neutral. People were moving away from the warm beige and brown interiors of the early 2000s, and suddenly everything shifted towards cooler, monochromatic palettes. Gray felt sleek, minimal, clean, sophisticated, and most importantly, safe. Developers loved it, furniture stores loved it, Pinterest loved it, and people loved it because matching suddenly became incredibly easy. When everything is gray, nothing can really clash. But this is where things started going wrong. A lot of people misunderstood what actually made those interiors work in photos. Gray isn't automatically gonna age well on its own. Cool grays depend heavily on lighting, texture, contrast, and material balance to avoid feeling lifeless. Unfortunately, many people copied the palette without copying that balance. Instead of layered, balanced interiors, homes slowly became giant gray boxes. Gray laminate flooring paired with gray sofas, gray walls, gray kitchens, cool-toned LED lighting, and metallic finishes everywhere. And while these interiors looked modern at the time, many of them now feel cold, flat, and strangely synthetic. Instead of looking luxurious, they often resemble newly built rental apartments trying very hard to look premium. The biggest issue is actually emotional. These spaces often lack warmth and personality. They photograph well for 5 seconds on Instagram, but living inside them long-term can feel surprisingly draining because there's very little visual softness or natural variation in the materials. In 2026, designers are moving in the complete opposite direction. Instead of relying on one cool tone everywhere, interiors now focus on layered warmth and natural depth. Designers are mixing warm whites, mushroom tones, taupes, earthy neutrals, natural wood, lime wash textures, brushed stone, linen fabrics, and handmade materials that feel softer and more organic. The goal now isn't perfection, it's atmosphere. And ironically, these interiors often feel far more luxurious because they don't try so hard to look modern. The variation in tones and textures creates richness and depth that changes beautifully throughout the day, depending on the natural light. Modern luxury in 2026 feels calmer, more natural, and far more grounded than the gray overload era ever did. Are you currently wondering if you'd like to see another paint color in your home? Well, I might have a solution for you. Did you know you can create mood boards like these in Planner 5D? You can test color palettes, materials, textures, and different interior styles before making expensive design decisions in real life. So if you suddenly feel the urge to emotionally recover from the gray area, scan the QR code on the screen and start your free 7-day pro trial. All right, let's get back to the 2016 trends. If gray wasn't your thing back in 2016, there's a good chance you encountered the rose gold and copper accents that completely took over interior design in 2016. Pendant lights, coffee tables, mirrors, cabinet handles, decor accessories, and metallic finishes suddenly appeared in almost every corner of the home. Combined with marble, blush tones, and velvet furniture, they created the glamorous, Instagram-friendly aesthetic that defined the era. At first, it felt really luxurious and modern. Metallic accents became an easy way to make a space look more stylish without changing the entire interior. Rose gold especially became popular because it felt softer and trendier than traditional silver or chrome finishes. The issue was overuse. Instead of staying a subtle accent material, metallic finishes became the main feature of many interiors. When every single object tries to stand out at once, the space starts to feel visually overwhelming and unbalanced. This is also why the trend faded so quickly. Rose gold became so strongly associated with one specific Pinterest era that today it instantly signals mid-2010s. Combined with glossy surfaces and mass-produced decor, many of these spaces now read as trendy rather than refined. In 2026, designers still use metal accents, but much more carefully. Instead of decorative shine, interiors now lead into natural material contrast. Aged brass, matte black, brushed nickel, wood, stone, linen, and textured finishes all working together to create spaces that feel calmer, richer, and more architectural. And honestly, restraint is what makes this feel more luxurious. Because metal isn't trying to be the star of the room anymore. It's just part of the overall atmosphere. It's a small shift, but it changes the entire feeling of a room. Instead of metal announcing itself the second you walk in, it just quietly does its job. By the late 2010s, marble patterns had spread onto almost every possible surface. Coffee tables, phone cases, trays, desks, wallpaper, kitchen accessories, peel and stick decor. Suddenly, everything needed a marble print. Faux marble quickly became one of the biggest symbols of affordable luxury. The reason was simple. Marble has always been associated with elegance and expensive interiors. Social media made the look even more desirable, but instead of investing in real stone, which is insanely expensive, brands started producing endless printed versions that recreated the aesthetic cheaply and instantly. The problem was that people focused more on the appearance of luxury than the quality of the materials themselves. Simply adding a marble pattern doesn't automatically create a refined interior, especially when the finish feels glossy, flat, or synthetic. This is also why so many of these interiors now feel stuck in time. Faux marble prints became heavily tied to the mid-2010s, and many of the materials themselves aged poorly. Instead of making spaces feel elevated, they often ended up reducing the perceived quality of the whole interior. Now designers are moving towards much more authentic material choices. Instead of covering everything in printed finishes, interiors today prioritize real texture and tactile surfaces. Things like travertine, lime wash, natural wood grain, handmade ceramics, and stone used more deliberately. Even with smaller budgets, the focus now is usually on fewer but better materials rather than trying to imitate luxury everywhere at once. It sounds counterintuitive, but spending less on more honest materials almost always looks better than spending more on something trying to fake a different one. One of the biggest interior trends of the 2010s was filling homes with decorative accessories and quote-based decor. You know, the live, laugh, love signs, scripted wall art, oversized clocks, themed trays, artificial plants, decorative beads, candles, baskets, and endless small objects suddenly became part of almost every styled interior. The idea was simple: more decor meant more personality. Social media and home decor shows encouraged people to constantly add accessories and visual details because they were affordable, easy to replace, and instantly made the space look more finished. But this is where the trend started becoming overwhelming. Many interiors stopped feeling personal and instead started looking like furniture showroom displays. When too many objects compete for attention, the room loses clarity and balance very quickly. The same thing happened with word signs and quote posters. Phrases like live, laugh, love, but first coffee, or random motivational quotes became so overused that they eventually started feeling generic instead of meaningful. And often the decor didn't even match the actual space, like an inhale-exhale poster sitting in the living room for absolutely no reason. Today, many of these interiors feel cluttered, overly themed, and visually exhausting. Decorative word art especially became one of the fastest ways to instantly tie a home to the mid-2010s. In 2026, interiors feel much more edited and considered. Designers are using fewer decorative objects, but choosing pieces with more presence and better composition. Styling now focuses more on balance, texture, shape, and personal meaning rather than simply filling every empty surface. Personal art, handmade objects, sculptural decor, and unique vintage pieces have become far more desirable than mass-produced signs and trendy accessories. As a result, interiors feel calmer and more sophisticated because the personality comes from the atmosphere itself, not from decorative phrases hung around the room. The modern farmhouse trend completely dominated interior design in the late 2010s. Sliding barn doors, shiplap walls, distressed wood finishes, black metal hardware, industrial lighting, and vintage-inspired decor suddenly appeared everywhere. White kitchens mixed with rustic textures became one of the most recognizable aesthetics of the era. The style became popular because it did feel warm, cozy, and approachable. Compared to the colder, minimalist interiors, farmhouse spaces looked more comfortable and lived in. Renovation shows like Fixer Upper and Pinterest played a huge role in making the aesthetic feel aspirational and easy to recreate. But many people misunderstood one important thing. Farmhouse design worked best when the architecture actually supported it. In countryside homes or rustic properties, these details felt genuine. But when the same elements were copied into every modern apartment and suburban renovation, the results often started feeling forced and overly themed. Barn doors became the biggest example of this. At first, they looked unique and stylish, but after appearing in thousands of homes, they quickly became one of the easiest ways to date an interior to the late 2010s at a single glance. In 2026, designers are leaning towards softer, more organic interiors instead. Warm woods, textured walls, curved furniture, natural fabrics, and subtle architectural details now create warmth without relying on the obvious trend element to do all of the work. This newer approach holds up better because the focus is no longer on recreating a specific look. Designers now prioritize atmosphere, proportions, and natural materials that age far more gracefully. One of the biggest modern luxury trends around 2016 was cool-toned LED lighting. Bluish-white recessed lights, LED strips under cabinets, glowing ceilings, gaming-style lighting setups, and ultra-bright kitchens suddenly became associated with futuristic, high-tech interiors. At the time, this lighting felt dramatic and impressive. Cool-toned LEDs create strong visual contrast and make interiors look sleek and modern, especially in photos and video. The brighter the lighting looked, the more luxurious the space often seemed. Many of these interiors focused more on brightness and visual effects rather than comfort. As a result, spaces often ended up feeling cold, clinical, and a little exhausting to spend time in. Combined with glossy surfaces and gray palettes, cool-toned LEDs sometimes made homes feel more like electronic stores or office lobbies than places to relax. Modern lighting design has become much softer and more deliberate. Instead of relying on one bright overhead source, designers now layer ambient, task, and accent lighting to create depth throughout the room. Warm lighting temperatures matter here because they make materials feel richer, skin tones look healthier, and interiors feel significantly more welcoming. The goal today is no longer dramatic brightness. It's comfort, softness, and creating a home that actually feels good to live in. And honestly, that one shift from cool to warm lighting might be the single cheapest and easiest update you could make to a space that still feels stuck in 2016. Not every interior from 2016 looks dated today. Some homes still feel elegant and warm even after an entire decade. And usually that's because they were never designed around one specific trend in the first place. These interiors focus more on balance than on visual impact. The colors, materials, lighting, and furniture work together naturally instead of competing for attention. Nothing feels overly themed or tied too strongly to one moment in design history. Materials also make a huge difference. Natural wood, stone, linen, textured plaster, and quality fabrics usually hold up far better than synthetic finishes or trend-driven materials. Over time, they often gain character instead of looking worn out. Another important factor is flexibility. These spaces use layered textures, subtle contrast, and classic forms that can evolve gradually over the years without needing a full redesign every time a trend shifts. And finally, the homes that hold up best prioritize how a space feels, not just how it photographs. They're comfortable, functional, and designed around real daily life, which is often what keeps them beautiful for years. All right, time for a quick design test. I'm going to show you 5 interiors, and your job is simple. Decide whether each one looks more like 2016 or 2026. What do you think about the first one, 2016 or 2026? All right, here's the second interior. What's your guess this time? Okay, this one is a little trickier. Does it feel more like 2016 or 2026? Take a close look at the materials and lighting here. Which year would you choose? And finally, the last interior. Is this peak 2016 or modern 2026 design? This is probably the biggest lesson from all of this. Trends will always change, but interiors that focus on comfort, balance, good materials, and atmosphere usually hold up much better over time. So before following every viral design trend you see online, ask yourself one question. Will this still feel good to live in 10 years from now? If you want to experiment with layouts, colors, materials, and different interior styles before changing your real home, you can try it yourself in Planner 5D. Scan the QR code on the screen to start your free 7-day pro trial. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and let us know in the comments which 2016 trend aged the worst in your opinion. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.